Today, as we celebrate the 21st Sunday in the ordinary time of the year, Jesus Christ posed this question to his disciples: who do people say the Son of Man is? And after hearing various answers, he put another question: who do you say I am? It was Peter who responded, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." And immediately, Jesus Christ recognized Peter by telling him, "It is not you, it is not flesh and blood that revealed this to you, but my Father in heaven. That's why you are a blessed man." And because of that, Peter was entrusted with the responsibility of the leadership of the church which Jesus Christ had to find. The keys are given to you. If you open, it remains open, and when it is closed by you, it remains closed. You can imagine what Peter could have felt, a mere fisherman being entrusted with that kind of responsibility. But our concern is not what we have had in that interaction between Jesus and Peter as to what we need to learn from what had happened. That our ability to recognize who Jesus Christ is, personal experience with him, and not the knowledge we have about him based on the things we read or what people say about him, but that personal contact with him, that personal experience with Jesus Christ, that it gives us the opportunity to be empowered and entrusted with responsibilities like Peter had been given today. The responsibility of taking care of God's people, the responsibility of bringing God's message, God's wisdom, God's promises to humanity. And one good thing there is, Peter, like I said, a mere fisherman, wasn't the best, if you like, of the disciples in terms of intelligence. And probably his fellow brothers could have been worried, why should Jesus Christ ask this man to be in charge? Why should the leadership be given over to him? But one good thing we need to understand is, God's ways, like St. Paul said today, is not our ways. We find it difficult to understand the depths of his wisdom, the riches of God's worth. And if God's ways are not our ways, the only lies on us to only understand what he really wants and follow the way he wants us to follow. God doesn't call those he has sanctified, but he sanctifies those he has called. And that is why all of us in our various ways, in the life we live today, it is not all about what other people are saying about the things we do, but our own personal convictions in the things we do. We run our companies, we run our families. It is not what people tell you about your family or how your family should be. Yeah, you may listen to them, but at the same time, you ought to have the final say. You ought to ask Christ a personal question that will tell you how your family needs to be led, how your company needs to be run. And that is the message that is being put across to us today. That unless you ask Christ the basic question, if you have Christ with you, if it is Christ that is giving you the leeway, then you are likely going to get it right, and most likely. But if not, it is going to be quite difficult for you to get it right. So the prayers today is for us to understand the depths of Christ's own ways. What are his plans? Which is very, very difficult. And since it is difficult for us to use our own human thinking to understand the plans of God, we only have to abandon ourselves completely to him, trusting that he's going to give us the best at every given point in time. The Lord be with you.